In terms of an initial like first iteration of a map, it's the best first iteration that we've seen. I mean, you think of Overpass, how many different versions we had of that before they got anywhere close. Cobble as well. Train went through a number of iterations even, and that was a classic map.
Oh, you're really rolling back years on that one.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, if you go back to like 1.6, Train was like a staple, and then in CSGO, it never really had that same. Part of it, I think, is still not being able to crawl under the trains. I'll just say it.
That was a beautiful thing, yeah.
But yeah, I think Ancient coming in the way that it did is actually pretty sweet for the first version of the map.
It's been an exciting map to watch.
Textures can change. A site maybe shift out to the corner a little more and have less open alleyways, not as much utility. You need like 4 smokes just to take that site, and B could have a little more cover. But otherwise, really close. I do like the strategic. It reminds me of a bit of Cash, because you have a very distinct mid breaking off from that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's a very similar structure.
Yeah, I got you. Who are you taking for this matchup?
For this one?
Yeah.
I did. Oh, that's a good question. Who did I take in this one? I'm trying to think.
Obviously a very convincing thought process.
The thing is, I could answer differently than what I predicted, and then it would look really bad when even the producers, like you said, Spirit, dude, and I was about to say GODSENT to you. So for the sake of consistency, I said Spirit. There we go.
You know, you're going to be right on one
both,
of them.
Exactly. Yeah. So with that, though, the team that I did pick was Spirit, and we had a chance to sit down with them earlier. Not from Bucharest. They're in Stockholm.
It's Dexter ahead of the Stockholm Major, and I guess to start with, how does it feel to be at the Major and also finally we're back on land?
For me, it's like first land for sure, for the first big event. So I was very excited to play on this Major. When I came to Stockholm, I was thinking, whoa, I spent 2 years without any LAN tournaments, but when I was young, I was thinking, I want to be e-sport player and see the stadium, see arena with people who will cheering for me, who will cheer for my team or for my opponents, to see their emotions when you do some highlights, some other stuff. That shocked me when I was young and I was watching the translation on Twitch. So yes, I'm very excited to play here.
When you first joined Spirit, right, we saw the performance of the team get better, but recently we've seen you guys drop off a little bit. So what's going on in the team right now?
We spent a lot of time to fix everything that we see, but yeah, our results is not the best, not these results I wanted when I was joining in the team.
Yeah. And in terms of going into this event, how do you feel the current form of the team is now? Do you guys feel more confident in your game?
Yes, we spent 4 weeks on bootcamp.
Wow.
With full isolation, without walks outside, go to the city and do other stuff like that. I was preparing for the Major because it's a very important tournament for us. We want to be the best team in the world, and we need to practice. Actually, I think our current form is one of the best for our team, and I just want to see it on tournament.
That's what it's all about, trying to get it ready for the Major. In terms of your individual performance, you right now, to me, you have this very high skill ceiling, and we know you put a lot of time into the game. Do you feel like you're ready to just dominate when it comes to LAN?
Yes, I'm confident with that. I was very excited for this Major. It's like all what I want from this game.
Brilliant.
I just came to stadium. It's one of the best feels, I think. I never feel them, but I think it's one of the best feelings. That's why I play this game, I think. That's one of the best motivations for me, to see people who cheers. Maybe not for me, but anyways, I like to see emotions.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. That's what you're fighting for. Now, your first game you're going to have is going up against FaZe Clan. You played a recent best-of-3 against them. It's quite a close series, but you did end up losing it. How confident do you feel in a best-of-1 scenario going up against FaZe? Do you think it's better for you guys or worse?
I don't think better or worse. We are confident in our team and our form. We don't care against who will play. I think if you want to be winner on a tournament like Major, you should not care against what team you will play. I am confident, my team is confident, and we are ready to play here.
Well, this gets me excited about Spirit. Dexter, thank you very much for your time, man. Certainly going to be excited to see what they can deliver in the opening game against FaZe.
Thank you, James Banks. Love your pants today. Just want to point out for the record that every team says that, oh, we have to beat everyone. Doesn't matter who you play. Everyone cares who they play. Everyone wants the easy draw early in the tournament. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I get the mentality. It's a confidence thing, but, like, come on.
You care a little bit, but it's more just excitement if you get if you get a little bit of an easier team. But that's also a little bit of a trap if you start going into things, especially because the online era has taught us. I mean, it really leveled out the playing field. Like, there really was not a whole lot of easy games, even for the best teams in the world. Regardless, I liked what he said about Spirit. Like, they basically had to go back and kind of just figure out everything was wrong during this boot camp. Obviously, for me, I like hearing.
Was over. Ended there, obviously, from our perspective. The left eye peak, his shoulder was sticking out a little further than he would have expected. Takes a bit of damage, goes down to 83, make that now 67, but he fires back. It's Phelps that gets the first kill of this match, and the one that you said has been looking a bit more reformed on this team. Starts it off well for GODSENT. Yeah, I played that very well. Didn't overextend back into it, knowing that they were trying to bait the second player in. Got the sound cue and got the shot. Magic as we go outside, catches off Lado. That's going to take down the secret position. And not only that, they've got the ball inside of the lobby. As back the other way goes Barton, but he only finds one kill. Does get the bomb thanks to a smoke down, covering off the squeaky door. But two players coming through. Yeah, we saw that coming. Chopper will get the kill in the head as he tries to run away. And Spirit, despite losing the opening pick, they hold their nerve. Yeah. See, that's a win-win name, right? Because, like, only the good die young. So when he dies early, he's like, yeah, it's because I'm good. But if he lasts long and around, it's like, yeah, it's because I'm good. And this is why I'm back. Nailed it.
That's quick rotation down towards Secret. Chopper with the SMG is hoping and praying for some action.
Mirror get actually find two. We didn't catch those, but either way, it's Lado that's the second of which to go down. He comes back up from the stairwell. Such a great headshot angle if you can get into position. And it does open up options for the AWP when it comes out on the CT side. If you're going to have a rifler that's able to be dynamic and rotate. All right, Chopper. The blades weren't spinning fast enough that time. Let's not make Crash Chopper references for obvious reasons. But it's Spirit that goes up 2-0.
Yeah, very, very nicely done. Not taking a whole lot of damage. I mean, when you open up the round with Mir getting 2 kills from that position, it feels pretty secure from that point.
Well, and this, yeah, just to touch on what I was kind of going with there is being really dynamic on the CT side with the AWP because there's so many options. You've got mini, you've got outside, you can play it toward ramp. We've seen double ops come out. It does make retakes a little bit more difficult as we talked about rotations late. But being able to have that rifle get in that position, it just opens up so many options for them now, especially early because you set a precedence.
Ooh, good kill from Chopper. Aggression in towards lobby. They've taken over this part of the map, and I mean, if you're GODSENT, yeah, you're unarmored in Glocks. It's not a great round for you anyways to take a win, but certainly feel like the map and your options have all shrunk. So we're going to sit into a bit of a stalemate as GODSENT decide exactly where on the map they would like to go die. Phelps does have the Deagle. If he could just get 1 or 2 picks with that weapon, it might be quite nice. Chip away at the economy a little bit, but Chopper's going to keep adding more kills on top.
Yeah, Magic's coming back in with another one on Lado, and this is Spirit definitely setting a tone. Obviously, we'll get a in round from GODSENT in the next. Unfortunately for them, though, unable to take anyone down and sort of damage that economy. You even get a Deagle picked up as the sidearm now. I believe that was Dexter. I was just looking at the money on other players, but either way, Yeah, this is a pretty solid position to be in. 3-0 and pretty efficiently doing it. You can see already a buy in hand. Chopper's a little bit less off, but he's got the MP9, so he can still afford to be aggressive over toward ramp, try and push back in through that lobby, and gets the kill bonus if he's able to find even one kill with that gun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see Spirit how aggressive they want to be on the CT side. We obviously saw that push in the previous round against unarmored Glock, so pretty low risk. But once we get into the gun rounds, how much are they going to bring it out?
Well, and the thing is, though, by having the buy in hand, though, they can afford to still be aggressive this first gun round and then really force GODSENT on their back foot. If they win it, amazing. And then suddenly GODSENT second-guessing themselves. If they aren't able to, they have another buy, and they still have that tempo advantage. But right now, Barton's going to break through. Find Magic. Watch for some guy young sitting inside of the smoke. Tagged up, but, oh, finally, he will go down. Barton again with another kill. As his second in the round will make it a 4-on-2. Dagster's down below, Heaven not in a position to try and deny the bomb plant. He will crawl back. Actually, he's going to fall back. I thought he was going up the ladder just the way he was moving slowly, but he is going back towards spawn, so they're going to save the AWP.
Yeah, this is a bailout round. That's a nice timing hit from GODSENT. Just a nice, simple upper execute, and they found a good timing where Spirit is kind of just starting to barely get comfortable in their positions to defend, but not quite there. And this one, a bit brutal. So, 3-0, as you said, the op going to be saved so they don't lose the huge weapon. They did just lose a FAMAS and SMG on Chopper. And GODSENT's going to be on the board. A good start to the game.
Again, though, the money's still intact right now for Spirit. It's just nice to have that buy in hand. They didn't do anything unorthodox. I thought maybe you could justify being a bit more aggressive. There's less risk.
There's plenty of time
involved
for that in the rest of this half.
Well, there is, absolutely. But I think Nuke, I don't know, my mentality... I mean, don't ever play matchmaking with me because I just rush everything, W key everywhere. But my mentality is if you have the money early on a map that is very... momentum based on the CT side. I won't say it's a CT side as it used to be. Obviously, it's not like a 12-3 all the time anymore. But if you can start to take the options away early in the half from the Ts, it slows them down and forces utility out in the middle of the half, and then you can really control the pace.
Yeah, certainly. We've seen it a number of times. I mean, obviously, teams loving to get aggressive outside, as we're seeing on the... excuse me, they didn't push all the way up. Thought they were pushing outside, but yeah, if you can establish that you can hold outside. Here comes another timing hit towards the upper bomb site. This time the flashbang isn't good. Magic's is good. Wow. Triple kill from up high. Finally goes down, but he's done his work. And a gap in the smoke means Taco cannot cross.
Oh, they did spot him, though. SDY goes down, but that's why Magix was able to stay up on top of the hut, or the rafters above the hut, excuse me, for so long, is because of that gap in the smoke. SDY was able to call and hear everything that was going on towards Squeaky, so he didn't have to worry about a second player going through to catch him out.
They've dropped to the lower bomb site, Matt. They've completely fooled them. They've made it look like the upper execute is obviously one thing. The kill from Taco opened up a second option. Instead of planting and being boxed in, and now Taco's having great mid-round impact as well. We're in a 2-on-2.
This is certainly a roster where Taco doesn't necessarily have to be quite as passive as he was with the traditional MIBR roster, where you had the hyper-aggressive cold, where you had a guy like Fur. He can actually expand himself a bit, and that's a huge lurk. You're right, because they forced the rotation. He beats them, gets ahead of it, and they had to come all the way down from heaven, did Dexter and Chopper. And in fact, the AWP clears out control. Chopper wants to balance himself on the beam as he crawls across catwalk, and Taco, door's already open. He won't have to give himself up with noise, but it means he's spotted when he does peek, and a double peek back the other way. Chopper wins the duels. The setup, though, you had to say was in the favor. Ooh, I was going to say of GODSENT, but that was just enough time.
Oh, boy, if you're GODSENT, you brought that round back in an incredible fashion, and that is going to be a round that feels horrible to lose. You had to have felt like you had control. After this sequence as well, this round just felt like there was not going to be an opportunity. I think Taco realized the gap in the smoke to get this opening kill. Yeah, and he's able to grab it. Everything from here from Taco is great, but unfortunately the post plant cannot go their way. That one hurts. 4-1 for Team Spirit.
Yeah, and one kill from either of those two remaining Ts wins that round, because we saw how close the defuse was.
Yeah.
As soon as Chopper goes down, that round's over. You just push in. Even if you die, you get him off the bomb. And it goes 3-2, but Team Spirit back in control again. The money established. We've got a little bit left over with the lost round bonus.
And the plant obviously helped out, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, on the GODSENT side. So that's what this timeout is naturally going to be about.
Well, they tried to rinse and repeat. They tried that kind of similar, just basic, fundamental upper execute with a timing to it. Second time, it gets completely shut down. First time was the round they won. We'll see what they decide to switch into next. Full AK-47s for the GODSENT attack, and obviously Team Spirit looking good as well. We haven't really seen Dexter's AWP come into play quite yet. He's sitting with 0 kills, 1 death. Hasn't had a whole lot of action come in his direction. That's not going to last the entire half, especially now you see the smokes coming outside.
Missed Molotov. Just trying to clear out the back box. But they put the close smokes down, so despite that they couldn't quite clear the position, they will at least deter the vision. But look who's back in the stairs, and this time with an AK-47, makes no mistakes finding Phelps.
Yeah, and Phelps was very lackadaisical about that. He didn't have a care in the world. He looks like he was just lounging outside, didn't really consider, didn't really expect, didn't really watch towards the top of those secret stairs.
It's actually confusing to me that you would Molotov behind the smoke to push back when the smoke's arguably doing a similar thing. Why not put that Molotov on those stairs?
You want I think they wanted the Molotov on top of the box to prevent anyone from peeking over
fair.
the wall of smokes. And obviously it's a brutal Molotov to miss because poor Phelps is just like, please don't peek over the smoke. Regardless, here we go. Outside of the door, Taco's going to lead the way. Barton with the support flash and SDY waiting on top of Hut.
And smokes go through. SDY, he knows that one's gotten by. No, maybe not. I thought he would have called that out because Matrix is trying to watch Hut. Didn't swing till late, but when he does, he makes no mistake. Taco down. Looks as soft as a fajita in this round, Jason, but the nade from Dexter will close out Lado, and it's 5-1. Team Spirit looking very solid. That's why I picked them, Jason. See? You asked me who I predicted. I knew all along.
Yeah, you did. Just got to learn to stick with your guns there.
Or just not be an old man who forgets things so easily.
Yeah, here's Mir. An easy one. I thought actually Phelps might have spotted him with that initial jiggle peek, but it's not the case. And SDY going 1 for 1, but nothing really funneling out of this GODSENT attack afterwards. Good 4-round lead for Team Spirit, and another buy coming in or partial buy. Khalil, AK-47, MAC-10, couple Tech 9s. And again, the focus is going to be the upper bomb site. Actually the exact same execute we just watched. I guess you're thinking, we had some success. We saw that we got the space we wanted, and this time, with the MAC-10s, a bit more dangerous. The mobility is making it work, and 3 kills on the entry for GODSENT.
Chopper forced back this time, can't hold as confidently, and oh no, that's gone down. They thought that they were actually covering off Heaven. That incendiary went all the way down the ladder. That allowed Chopper to walk out, but only gets 1 kill, traded immediately. Barton gets it back the other way, and it's Mir with it all to play for. 1 versus 3 bomb. 25 seconds left on its duration. He does have a kit, but wants to play for the exit kills at this point. Knows the economy's going to be low, finds Taco. Still enough time. 17, he could consider this. Lado's going to have to be very careful if he wants to try and lurk all the way around to Secret. Instead, he has to hold the bottom of the ladder. Huge gap in the smoke, but I don't think they'll overplay it. They know he's outside now. No need to peek it. Time is gone, and we go 5-2.
He was never really going for that. He was hoping with that follow-up peek in towards Mini, someone else would give him 1 cheeky kill, maybe over peek and put him in a 1-on-1 with like 12 seconds left. When it doesn't come, you can see backing away, preserving the AK-47. He knows his team has some money. That being said, SDY's hurting. If an op is picked up from Dexter, SDY is going to have a whole lot of weaponry to fight with. And all right, GODSENT 2 rounds on the board, both of them off the back of these upper hits. Dexter is going to have that AWP.
Here again, outside. Not on the stairs. He's changing it up. Deep smoke fires in. AK makes a heck of a lot of noise. They'll know exactly where he is. Have you converted back to the A1S now with the recent change?
Not yet. Ooh, all this aggression just getting shut down by Lado. That's beautiful work. 5-on-3.
It'll be interesting to see the gun stats in this major now that that has happened. And
it's going to be a massive swing.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I love the no tracers aspects. I do like having sort of viable options for both instead of one dominant of the two.
Yeah.
And I'm nice to see it. Nice to see it swing back this way, I think.
It is going to make for some interesting changes to how things are played. This is perhaps the one play for Team Spirit that can bring them back into this round. If Dexter can get, one, maybe a second kill in lobby if they're not careful, if they're not able to kind of trade it out and reposition perfectly. But it's blatant that Spirit's going to need some kind of an individual effort, some kind of an individual excellence to bring them back from this 3-on-5.
Ooh, good shot, Dexter. Lato goes down. That's a start. He only got tagged very, very briefly. Stats of 89. SDY got 2. They walk in the same line. He didn't even have to move his crosshair and gets 2 taps onto the heads of 2 GODSENT players who will now go straight to hell as Barton tries to make amends with it. He'll run down towards Secret, smoke off as they know that they're going to have to come this way. With 18 seconds and the crossfire is established. That is the worst crossfire to go against in the whole game, in my opinion, on the T side.
They needed that op kill in lobby as well to force GODSENT to commit elsewhere on the map. You don't want to kind of go in towards lobby. You don't want to attack ramp room against that AWP AWP, and that's a gamble from Spirits. And we're going to stack 2 players down here. Just get your 1 kill. If they come down here, we win. If they go elsewhere, it's going to be a struggle. But what a great recovery for Team Spirit. And GODSENT now, man, that's a 5-on-3. Previously, they had the 2-on-5 that turned into a 2-on-2 that they lost in a post plant very narrowly. Couple heartbreakers early on in this offensive half on Nuke for GODSENT, and they're going to have to recover. 4-round lead for Spirit.
Well, this time we will get to see exactly what we talked about. The change up outside yet again. It's not going to be Mir. The AWP with Dagster goes back toward the big garage. That allows Mir to play a little bit more aggressively with the AK. I shouldn't say he's not outside, excuse me. I misspoke on that. He's just not playing it with the same angles, that same tradition that he has been. And this is another sort of look that GODSENT has yet to see in this game. And oh, this is crazy.
Oh, the second player.
I know. I thought he might have been more patient. I think he thought he had them both. He still holds his nerve, but you're right. That could have gone badly.
He had just snuck past the angle, but it came right back for it, and a really kind of a weak peak to kind of clear out that position. So Mir's got a double kill. They've got the bomb down, and they've got an AWP to hold on and support him as he's pushed up. That's huge. 3-on-4, though, as Chopper went down in ramp room. Still, big advantage for Team Spirit in a lot of different ways.
Now holding this time outside with Mir. They know he's in this cubby position. They know he's there, but he has the bomb. And they know there's an AWP that was already back toward the garage as well that baited a lot of those shots. So this is a really tough thing to approach.
That's such a bold way to swing for a fight if you're Dexter. If you go down peeking on top of that roof and turn it into a 3-on-3, because you missed that shot, you don't really have a whole lot of places to hide.
Well, not only that, if he missed that shot and went down, Mir's done. Because we just saw where Lado was. He goes straight above him, looks straight down, easy kill, because he can't watch both angles. You swing that together.
Regardless, that's all an alternate universe, because he hit the shot.
But isn't that Counter-Strike in a nutshell, though? It's all so situational, very, very minute details.
Well, let's go back to your point that you made kind of early on in this half about setting.
Behind anyone else on his team. It's not like he hasn't seen action. So they are really not winning important duels to get map control. And we talked about that right at the off when we were doing the veto. Nuke is a map that you have to force the CTs to move. You have to.
I wonder how much of Spirit can read this round. This time there's no presence outside. There was one smoke that might allow a cross to the red box, but Mir's been out there spotting for it, hasn't seen anything. So alarm bells kind of got to be ringing. If you're Spirit, you might be expecting another one of those upper execs, but instead we're going to see Dexter. Easy first kill onto Barton. And the rest of GODSENT coming in. He's got a teammate here, got to protect the space, and Dexter, he's going to bail out. Good decision.
Yeah, efficiency at ramp is extremely important. We talk about Zipix sort of being the probably best at that in this role for Astralis.
Pretty iconic player in the position.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, they're playing right now on the B stream. Not sure how that's going, but it's still worth noting that he's so good at that. And a lot of players, you know, especially newer players to the game, think they have to be a hero in that position. You don't. You play the information. Taco! That is a wonderful kill. As Mir thought he had an off angle, and he's able to get one back. Brings it a little bit closer, but he's on 12 HP, and Dumas very far away. Downstairs lurking. He'll find SDY. And this opens up a situation that's actually workable because he's going to work in with 23 seconds and find Dexter as well. Bomb will make its way in the hands of Taco down to the lower bomb site, and it's just going to arrive now. That does give a bit of rotation time for Magic.
This is a losable 2v1, but they can't afford it. They've already had too many heartbreaks. Magix is, ooh, he's gonna get dropped.
Wow.
Dumao, what a swing. Ready for that, and again, you know, GODSENT looked good. The 2 rounds where they've been able to get a couple kills and drop down and readdress to the lower bomb site, they've looked good in the open spaces, and as you said, the mobility that forces on the CT side, they've looked good exploiting that. They just haven't been able to pull it off too many times.
I think Dumao just got, what, 3 kills in that round, if I'm not mistaken, and he has 4 total, so that's a huge contribution. And yeah, this is Dexter. We talked about it, playing efficiently, manages to get 2, and still they couldn't convert. That was huge from Taco. That was a great read to know that MIBR was going to be rotating back over. This is the best round Dumao's had by far in this game.
Yeah. But no better time for it.
And it is the second time they've made a good adjustment to get to lower and force the CTs down there, but you mentioned it before, they lost that
first one, yeah.
too. Yeah. And that could have been a very different situation as well, because that would have narrowed out the money very early, and we might actually be in sort of a 5.
Money's pretty narrowed out right now as well. $0 on 3 players of the Spirit side. So this is a huge round for both teams. Spirit if they want to maintain this lead and perhaps build upon it, and GODSENT if they want to close the gap. Which you obviously would like to do.
Yeah, absolutely would.
Shout out John Madden.
Yes. Oh, is that I was thinking hockey, it's defenseman reference too. You want to close the, you know, Canadian in me. John Madden's the baseball player?
I hate you. 7-3. Here we go. Dumao with the AWP, clearing out the top roof. Some attention given towards secret stairs. 3 smokes thrown outside for GODSENT, but again, it's going to be a play towards the upper bomb site. It's all a ruse.
You love seeing a shotgun in HUD on Nuke, don't you? I make this reference. It's about as old as the jeans that he still calls me out for, but Hiko used to do this all the time.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, 2015. There's another Bucharest reference. But yeah, he used to famously. Now, and we talk about it's still relevant. Super good in that very close quarters position. The problem is rotations. If they go downstairs, you got to get down the vents. It gets a little awkward.
Or if you miss that first shot, it can be very punishing. Yeah. Also, most of GODSENT's upper executes have been sending 3 players outdoor. It's not like he's getting too much attention, but that might actually be a positive. If he can get 1 kill and hold on to the hut position, that's a tough angle to clear. Here we go. 2 players peeking verticality. Whoa. From the bomb site. Dumao's got a kill with the AWP, and Magic's just trying to hold on, and he's doing great so far. Buying time for Chopper to arrive, and Dumao's in a 1v2.
With the AWP as well, the better of the 2 shotguns in that situation, because he quickscoped SDY, who, you're right, had such a strong position, especially where bomb went down, but that's still the factor that wins them the round. Dexter making damn sure of it as the bomb never gets planted. We go 8-3, and without that bomb plant as well, money's still a little bit grim on the GODSENT side.
Oh, that one hurts, yeah. That would have been great for GODSENT to pick up, as we mentioned. Would have been a reset for Spear, would have destroyed their economy, but doesn't go their way. Again, those upper hits, I mean, that's the danger of this at this point for GODSENT, is now what do you go back to? Because you probably, as we said, don't feel confident going outside where Mir's just been an absolute beast.
Where's Chopper going to go? His turn at hut?
Oh, he's got the auto shotty.
He's been playing, yeah, I was going to say,
yeah,
he's been playing
handle,
ramp.
You can play that ramp.
All right, I like it.
Get behind that smoke, baby.
He's going to. Oh.
Treat yourself.
Okay, good. He stayed wide enough. I thought maybe his feet would show if he wasn't clever or smart about this, but I like it. Different shotgun. Let's get all the guns in this major. I want to see every gun used. All right? I want to see Negevs.
Oh, this is awkward. Oh, it's awkward. It's very awkward.
It's the worst time to back up. AK to the head. Down they go. Barton's going to be the second one into the site. Running with just his P250 at SDY. Knows they're coming that direction from obviously the information of his teammate going down, but also the Molotov on the stairs. But that means he's putting his attention up them, and he's got to be careful because inside of the site, exactly that, he turns to find Taco. Good read, good awareness.
Yeah, and I think Taco didn't realize they hadn't really cleared that out. They had the Molotov down pretty quick. I think he thought that position was impossible. Some Die Young out the window, being aggressive. It's Dexter with the kill, and all of a sudden it's just Dumao. Again, a winnable scenario. Maybe not so much anymore, down to low HP, but the Deagle is going to ring out, and it's going to ring true.
Oh, and he had the right intention to try and take the battle against SDY, who was on very low HP, 15. He manages to sneak out. That's a good round from SDY. Not just the 2 kills in the second on Taco, but immediately puts the incendiary down behind him so he can fortify that position and make them have to take more time to get to him.
They wanted to chase him. They thought better. They saw the flames on the floor. They're like, nah, bail out.
Yeah. And that, I mean, just that, like, what, 3 seconds they invest into that and realize that allows a swing from Toxic Doorway, and Bob's your relative. 2021, Jason. We got to be careful with that one.
I think Uncle's still okay. Maybe. Taco, a couple nice entries with this AK-47, the only weapon they bring into it, and just not enough firepower around it to really capitalize. So, coming down to the wire here in the first half of Nuke, and Team Spirit is looking very, very comfortable for the moment. 9-3. They've got money. They've got all the weaponry they need. but a good buy coming in for GODSENT.
Yeah, back into that money bracket. And I couldn't tell you exactly what the lost round bonus is. They got 4 this round, so they're on the 4th, not 5th yet. That's how this HUD works. I'm learning as we go.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously, funny system, no longer hard resets. Do you remember those days? That was brutal because GODSENT would be in a much more difficult situation. Meanwhile, though, they are going to catch out some aggression from the CTs. There's not a lot of money in reserve right now for Team Spirit, so the fact that they choose this round of all rounds to go aggressive with an AUG, no less, is interesting because they almost need this next kill. That timing on the nade, oh, he just faded inside of the smoke.
Yeah, but he just gave him a lot of HP to throw out to get out that nade. And I think here, as you mentioned, not a lot of money for Team Spirit. I think Dexter and Mir now have to just say, we're going to save these weapons. Can't do anything with them. 2 on 4. Unless you get a couple gifts and you need multiple gifts, this isn't worth it. So they're going to bail out. Good round from GODSENT. Although, to be fair, it was Team Spirit kind of bringing the aggression in towards lobby, and GODSENT was just focused and ready for it.
And this, I mean, it has to be the save 9-4. It's a controversial thing. Well, it's not really controversial per se in terms of it's going to be a massive debate for everyone, but it's not as fair to say anymore that there's like a set amount of rounds you need T-side.
No.
It's not like it used to be where it's like, oh, 3 was workable, but if you get 4, you're in a great spot. It's not quite like that. GODSENT, as you said, they just want to close this up and make it as competitive as possible. But they're starting to actually make a half of this because of the money situation on top of it. So even though they've already conceded 9 rounds, they can still actually close this and make it very respectful. Respectable.
Respectable. I liked respectful too, though.
It could be respectful, you know, very polite.
Yeah.
Taco can be a polite person. Some say he's the Rockefeller of Counter-Strike.
9-4 in the favor of Team Spirit. AUG on Dexter, AUG on Sumdai Young, Mir with the M4. And he's going to push up and get aggressive. So is Sumdai Young kind of aggressive in towards Mini Garage. And they're going to back away quickly this time. No support behind Mir.
That's key. Oh, Phelps actually gets Dagster. So Mir manages to get him back through the smoke. I was going to say, that's key. No support behind Mir. Because that was the first round I've seen where they've actually been able to get by him outside. And the Molotov hit him. You saw that he had a plan. He wanted to get aggressive. He was on the back foot. We've seen him kind of establish the position outside so frequently. And finally, GODSENT are able to get him moving and get him scurrying and not be comfortable. He's been smart, though. He's going to rotate all the way down SDY. And Mir's been passive and gotten away from that smoke to stay alive.
What does GODSENT do here? They've gained a lot of ground. They have control of a lot of space in the lower bomb site. Everything you need to kind of execute onto this lower site. But how exactly do they want to do it, if at all? Dumao's going to go searching. They're pausing. They're waiting for this flight to come in, and Spirit lost information outside. This forces an aggressive play, and GODSENT might just be ready for it. Instead, it's Barton to go down, and the escape route up the vents is even challenged as well. So GODSENT's got to wheel into the bomb site, and here we go.
Taco the smoke off toward double doors. They can't quite plant it yet because they aren't sure where the CTs are going. Are they going to try and wrap this back around? I think they are. They're going to go upstairs. They know the rotations are in. They just know they have the numbers game and a bit of time to work with. They're going to rotate all the way back through, probably drop down from heaven, but that means ladder race.
Yeah, but Spirit has no idea.
They're late. You're up.
Spirit finds out just too late, and it's hard to get that information. Molotov down, smoke down, lost a lot of players. You're not exactly thinking that they'll just bail out and run away, but a good mid-round call gives a free plant over to GODSENT, and then a decision for Spirit. 2 on 3. Do you go for it in round 14?
So the third time we've seen a very good adaptation mid-round. This time it's lower to upper. They're 1 for 1 in those situations so far, which was kind of game-defining, but we'll see if they can make amends with it. 2 players left for the CTs. Doesn't even look like they're really considering going for this. They're just looking for exit kills at this point in time. And you are right, they lost outside. Mir went back around, and he actually rotated to ramp because they had a player with a pistol downstairs.
Yep.
As well as SDY, who rotated around. So they couldn't really afford to leave the ramp player in that sort of aggressive position, or at least in a position to get information. And that meant Mir covered off. It leaves outside completely wide open.
Yeah, they've had this issue on Nuke a little bit. And I mean, we see all teams kind of lose track of it once in a while. But Spirit...
I'd love to see, and I should be better doing this live, but to see the opening kill statistics, because it seems like that round is a prime example of getting the CT moving, right? They managed to bypass Mir. Sure, it went for a 1-1 trade, but they get the CTs moving, they get disorganized, and Duma makes a perfect play to take advantage of the map control. That's key Nuke.
Yeah, you just said it as well. GODSENT's had a number of rounds where they've had some cool mid-round calls that have been successful. It's just, you know, more often than not, they're not getting the openings they need to be able to make those mid-round calls. The freedom to be able to change things up. Smoke going to go down in towards the door. Degster, this time with a scout. Yeah, they lost a lot of intel, though. Mir kind of going towards the vents to throw the smoke towards door, and Degster going towards ramp room to boost Chopper. That's like 10 to 12 seconds where you don't have intel outside. "20 seconds. Ooh. Yeah, they close it out real quick. You thought there might be a little bit more resistance, a little bit more of a battle, but GODSENT, not even a fight towards the end. So a nice defuse from Team Spirit, a nice retake as they ran the clock down, and it's 10-5 for Team Spirit as they switch over to the T side. So quite a bit of work for GODSENT to do going into the second half. I mean, overall, a nice start. I think, you know, this half could have been great for GODSENT if you look at some of the rounds that slipped away from them, and I think that'll be the takeaway when they look back on this. 2-on-2 defuse in the lower bomb site, 5-on-3 that they let kind of drift away. SDY is having a great game, so is Mir. He was instrumental outside with his impact. And I mean, look, we brought up Phelps a little bit in the pregame as someone who we wanted to keep our eyes on. 3 kills in that first half. That's tough.
That is super tough. Yeah, massively.
And he was the one going up against Mir a lot outside.
Well, and he got the first kill of the game. You remember that? He got the first kill of the game. He's like, all right, boys, one tap with the USP. I'm feeling it. This is great. Okay, just kidding. It's terrible. It is 5 rounds only for GODSENT. But as you say, could have been closer and win this pistol. And it is pretty close, traditionally speaking. God knows the ecos and Counter-Strike.
They're a dangerous piece.
Yeah, they are. Mir, though, is going to be very aggressive. Far more aggressive toward upper and inside, specifically, than what we saw from GODSENT on their pistol, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Magix will shut down Barton, and Bomb is just going to be planted now, so they've at least established that. If you're going to be aggressive and make those trades T-side, you definitely want to get that bomb down.
Well, Barton's got to feel real lonely defending the upper bomb site all on his own on a pistol round. God bless his heart and soul. Lado trying to tap one away before the retake begins. 3 players from heaven. Here they come, streaming out, and 1-for-1.
The drop down actually helped a bit because it took the aim off of where all 3 players were trying to march in from, and that allowed just enough to get the trade in return and follow it up. Chopper, though, inside of the site, knows Lado's got to be holding, but oh my goodness, he just got it. He just got the defuse. Chopper's not there in time. Get to the chopper. A little bit late that time, buddy. It's 6 for GODSENT.
That was a great play from Chopper, though. Running backwards towards the bomb site, knowing that player is going to come through the smoke, but still. Spirit, that's a tough retake if you're GODSENT. I mean, you're in a 4-on-4 retake against all the Glocks that can be everywhere in that bomb site, and they manage it very, very well. 4-round lead. And you mentioned this can get close if the pistol round goes the way of GODSENT. It did. Now they have to survive the second round. And with that plant, 2 AK-47s on the board.
Exactly this. And I alluded to the egos, but yes, the second round buy with bomb plant down arguably can be better. I mean, they've gone for A1Ss here and 2 FAMASas, so they have the range, especially at a place like this outside. But you've got 2 AKs still in play, so that's pretty powerful. Those pew-pew headshots, bro.
Miss smoke at the top of the garage. They had to complete the wall, improvise it, and that's going to eat away. That's one smoke they might have had to go down towards the lower bomb so they can no longer use. So kind of actually takes some options away from Team Spirit. They're out of smokes for the rest of the round. 2 flashes and a Molotov to use, and one of them is on one of the flashbangs is here on Mir, who's just going to camp out in Big Garage, hoping he catches a lurker, hoping he catches someone from GODSENT looking for information.
That is tough. I hate getting into the specifics of like the left eye peek, but that is a tough angle because you can be spotted pretty quickly there. Obviously, he's anticipating that they're going to be swinging around red crate. You can still get a clean shot, but we saw it even in the first half where Dexter took some damage there. Taco rotates back around toward control room. Mir now trying to find exactly what's going on outside, and if anyone's going to push back through Mini. He does get Dumao as we snapped away from it, so that's one opening kill, and look at how much information this gets them. They can afford, wow, they've got 30 seconds. They can't afford too much, but they can afford to now work off of this pick.
Well, I think the issue is they don't have the smoke for the lower bomb site. That's what's caused them to readdress and come towards upper. They didn't have any smoke for the doors, for the windows, or anything. Now they've got to stream up ladder. 18 seconds of the clock. One player dink. Deagle's going to lead the way, and there's the work inside the bomb site.
Oh
he does turn, and Magix can't get the kill. Dexter's going to find one and nothing else.
Good call. Yeah, they didn't have the utility. Even though they got that one pick, they had nowhere to go with it. And as soon as Mir went down, they'd already committed to rotating back where they just lost a man.
I feel like that has to be that one smoke they had to improvise to complete the wall outside. They get down lower, and they're like, all right, we need to be able to smoke off. They get into ramp room. They want to be able to smoke off window. They want to be able to smoke off one of the doors or drop a smoke in the site so they can plant in it, and they just don't have the resources. A little bit of a mistake with big consequences, perhaps. 10-7.
Yeah, knife those walls.
Get him.
Super good for the blade. That'll be like the next... If this was Tarkov, that'd be like a realism thing. Like you had to bring a grindstone in to sharpen your knife. Yeah, Nikita, I'm looking at you, all right? I shouldn't even give that man ideas.
Yeah?
Just ignore everything I just said. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I got nothing to build off Tarkov. I got no frame of reference there.
It's fine.
Phelps is gonna
try and limit the references.
He's gonna chill in the big garage corner. There is an AK-47 on Mir dropped over by Dexter. He did get some great opening kills in the previous round, lurking outside, not finding anything to start for his teammates. In fact, the movement of Phelps has just basically neutralized Mir's position. Now he's got to be aggressive and hunt these kills down, and he almost got a second.
A third. He's already got 2 in the round. So he's going to try and swing this back and stay alive, allow rotations. Phelps just holding off, but Mir is able to go in toward the garage and not tunnel his vision toward just one target. Catches out the fact that Lato was going to be in support of Phelps. Didn't quite spot each other fast enough inside of that smoke.
This is a big fight right here. Phelps, Mir, good win for Phelps, much needed. That's the rifle down, and unfortunately, if you're Team Spirit, those 2 kills from Mir, you can't recover those weapons. Now they just have to hope for the plant. Maybe some miraculous shots with the P250 with the Tech 9, but at the moment, you're just thinking bomb plant, and we'll go from there.
Phelps downstairs. Man advantage to his squad, but the bomb does get planted. Team Spirit, this is a big plant as well because that's going to give them money in the next round, but now, additionally, a Tech 9 takes out Taco, and it's going to give them an SMG up close when they have to go for their fuse. If Magix plays this well with the time. Oh, glass is still intact, though. That's the problem, because now, okay, fair enough, it's not. Barton backs away and gives away the position, but it does mean that they had a noise cue. They still have the M4, and Phelps gets an ace. You talked about the fact that he didn't do much in the first half. Well, he certainly has in the second. It's 10-8.
That's a huge round from Phelps. He had 19 HP this whole time he's trying to cover the lower bomb site. They just needed to tap him once. No kit as well. Good work from Phelps. Magnificent ace to get GODSENT within striking distance. Yeah, this is a well put together round from start to finish for Phelps. But you got to say, remember, Spirit came into this round with scraps, with an AK-47, Tech 9, a P250, not a whole lot of armor either. To get 4 kills in a bomb plant is huge. Now you've got GODSENT in a weird economic situation super early on. GODSENT had to grind the economy away from Team Spirit in the first half. Team Spirit's already got the opportunity to regain control right in the first gun round.
So Sumdai Young holds lobby as Mir jumps around in the position he was found in very frequently in the first half, outside with the AK. On the opposite perspective, and Chopper's up above on Silo. Remember when that was called Twinkie?
Twinkie.
Where's the cream filling though, bro?
Oh, it's got so many layers.
Yeah, except the cream filling. Missing that layer. That's probably, you know what, we probably just like dated ourselves. We're definitely boomers for that one.
Oh, yeah.
All the kids there are gonna be like, what are they talking about?
What the hell is a Twinkie?
Just like YouTube it. You'll find the old adverts, find out they're probably not all that funny and that we're just old. But Phelps, again, playing very passively outside. Dumao this time beside with the WP. Dexter has Lato. That's off camera, but an opening pick to the T side. We didn't see a T side at all very frequently. In fact, maybe at all from GODSENT.
Yeah, I don't. Well, they might not have just had the opportunity for it.
I think they had one inside a hut, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, this is huge right now. MIBR to start out this game, these 2 gun rounds, just this position with the AK in this big garage. He's been a menace. Like 3 separate rounds, he's doing it again. Another double kill outside. And this is space that GODSENT never was able to get. MIBR's just able to grab big garage and chill. And look at where the remaining 2 players of GODSENT are. Both outside, both trying to take care of MIBR, while the rest of his team gets the upper site for free. Wonderful round from MIBR. And it's going to get Team Spirit in 11th.
Yeah, they're going to save. Taco's already trying to get the M4 instead. AWP downstairs. You talked about the money being rattled in the last round.
Yeah, they got to save.
So yeah.
Look, this has got to be priority number 1 if you're GODSENT at this moment. You've got to have a plan. I don't know if you call a timeout or how the team's feeling at the moment, but you've got to make a plan right now to address the situation of MIBR getting into this position and being this effective. You can't let him have this round for round because he's proving he can capitalize on it. But just the amount of pressure it puts on your defense when someone is that progressed outside.
You're right, because in the last round they actually still succeeded in getting most of the kills. It was just that Phelps held his own and got an ace to win that for them. But it was the exact same thing again. This time Phelps goes down, and where he's so passive, Dumao's there, but he smoked off originally, and then additionally he has an AWP. He can't take that fight that closely. Like, yeah, I totally see what you're saying. Maybe you put him in the stairs this time, Phelps, if he can rotate all the way around.
Yeah, we'll see. Or you have your boy.
I mean, maybe not this round.
Dumao getting aggressive with the AWP up on the rooftop. Shotgun picked up by Barton right at the end. AWP and an M4 as well on Dumao and Taco. 8-11. They've got they've got a little bit of money in the bank. Everyone hovering right around 1,000. And this time, no outside presence from Team Spirit.
Dumao waiting toward the hut. We have Barton on the Swaggy Maggie.
Swaggy Maggie. Coming back in hot and just reinventing words.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll bring the Jane round back this event, too.
Perfect. That's what I wanted.
Dumao, though, there's the AWP, and there's Swaggy Maggie showing off her long, sexy locks. So she'll take down 1 kill, and it's on top of that, the Chopper finally gets 1 back, but the advantage is with GODSENT. They've made this scrappy buy work, and they've bought a little bit of time. Still a minute to play with, but Barton's got the AK now, and MIBR goes down. And this is falling apart very quickly for Team Spirit, and this is a game cracked wide open by GODSENT if they win this round.
Well, speaking of cracked wide open, Chopper, if he can do something from this position, but they're aware of the possibility. Phelps, low HP, is just looking for him to go outside. Even the player inside the bomb site is staring back up towards heaven. They're very cognizant of this, and it takes too long. Phelps is going to flank him. Chopper sliding out. Good, easy win from Barton. And Dexter now has to make the decision. 30 seconds on the clock. Save or go for it. And I don't actually think it's much of a question at this point.
Not really. Just a big green gun.
Just a big green gun. That is a classic.
I forgot all about it. You guys referenced it, and I was the one who said it, and I didn't even remember.
We've held on to that reference for years, Matt. I hate to break it to you.
Either way, yeah, that's a huge round from GODSENT. And it's interesting as well because it's the scrappy buy, but it's the first time we've really seen Team Spirit change it up and go toward the upper bomb site without really putting any pressure.
I think they were counting on
the
GODSENT
being out there.
Well, they were counting, yeah, well, perhaps that, but also I think they were probably just counting on GODSENT having at least 2 players outside since they've been able to abuse outside so much. Either way, utility wasn't really as effective as they would have liked. Shotgun had clear vision up inside the bomb site, had no pressure put on him whatsoever. So pretty standard defense for GODSENT. It all works out.
Look, I know it's a technology era, and most people watching have a means of looking on other monitors and things, so I don't need to update you.
Okay.
And it's probably not a spoiler, but if someone else wants to watch the game later on that's on the B stream, maybe mute me in like 3, 2, 1. Entropic's winning 10-4. Astralis, 3 majors in a row, might be going down 3 maps in a row if they're not careful in this event. That's crazy.
That could be dicey. That could be... What a spicy way to start out the major if that were to be the case. They would have to have a crazy, crazy run back into the group stage. It's over on the B stream, if you guys would like to tune into that. We've got a pretty, a nice little banger here, though, 11-9. 2-round lead for Team Spirit. They've lost some die young. Chopper's at 2 HP, so this round number 21 is not looking good for him.
Not only a failed movement, that's like even a slap in the face. How's your legs, bro? I shouldn't make broken bone references after this summer.
Of all the people...
Richard goes when we leave the green room, he goes, break a leg, bro. I was like, really? You're going to say that to me this summer?
That's
like,
not bad. That's good banter.
Only half my upper body's been broken, but it's fine.
That's good, clean fun.
Well, Chopper, very low HP. Just 2 has Phelps again. But again, look how passive he's being, right? It's at some point, bro, you got to flex. I know you had that great round that was an ace, but you only have 10 kills in this game. In the first half, aside from that round, you didn't really have any contribution. You've got to take these duels. Lotto has rotated down, but Phelps, the best he can do at this point is flank.
I think they're okay with that for the moment. They're more than happy to say, yeah, get into the bomb site. They had a player from ramp room. They had Lado spotting for it. The op is already down here. They're just saying, we'll just retake it. We're all good. And a couple nice kills. Taco with it, AWP as well. Chopper does return, but just not impactful enough. And ooh, this is a little bit scary. Team Spirit, 1 round in the second half so far. And these rounds have kind of fallen a little bit flat. Outside of Mir individually outside, there's not a whole lot good to talk about this T side yet.
To be fair, calling out Phelps is going to get the kill here, and they'll lose the op at the end of the
funny though if he didn't get the kill.
Well, it would have been, but nonetheless, you are right that time. I misread the minimap. I thought the second player that was lower in that crossfire was still upstairs. I thought that was heaven because it was pretty much right above it. But yeah, they did have a decent crossfire, and he could, you know, they were at least anticipating that. But that again could have been scrappy if I was right about being wrong or wrong about being right. Whatever.
Yeah, that one is a...
Whatever works there for you.
Yeah, that's a mental puzzle.
I haven't figured it out myself.
1 round lead for Team Spirit. Looking a little bit flat, but they've got the Tech 9. The Mac 10 goes down early through the Molotov, and Taco's going to back away. Even a smoke down so they can't chase him. And Dumao looking for them to wrap towards heaven. Again, Mir, the lone player outside, but with a Tech 9 up against that AK-47, he wants nothing to do with the fight. And Team Spirit got to start figuring out ways to open these rounds to start things out. That's a stellar shot. M4 goes down as soon as it's recovered. So Team Spirit haven't gained enough quite yet to start feeling good about this round.
A very flat-footed Mir still back toward the lobby position. Some Young even scared to go any further at ramp at this point in time, knowing well that they're backed off of it, and he's trying to work with a Mac 10. And just goes all the way through, but look how passive Phelps again this time. Very good position, rotated over. He's going to let them walk toward the ladder. They have to confront him. They don't have any control of outside as a result. Now, he is a little bit worried about the other side of that, but it will be under they go. Taco, tough position, but with the rifle, he's going to play this very passively, and they're going to be so far in the sight that he actually has the angle advantage when they do arrive.
He's not shoulder peeking anything at all. They could actually gain so much ground on him, and he'd have no idea. Oh, the timing of that peak.
Yeah.
He's going to be saying lower's clear. Nothing lower. I'm all good. If they open this door and just blow up on him in that, they do. Headshot, Taco's down. 3-on-3 post plant.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He needed to shoulder peek that a few times. I was saying that they were going to be so far in the sight, but now Taco's gun is going to haunt them as Mir picks it up. And he shows that he can peek with it. He gets a kill. That makes it now a 3-on-2 bomb just planted. But the HP combined of those 3 players is less than anyone on GODSENT. As both players still on 100 HP with kits have AKs to try and retake the site. 5-7 in reserve as well for Lado, should that come into play. But he doesn't want it to go that far. They want to try and use this crossfire. Oh, to perfection. Lado's gone. It's not going to come into play, but that's because he didn't fire a bullet. No. Barton, a 1-on-2. It's Mir that goes down. That's one of the guns gone. It's a Tech 9 and a Mac 10 to try and hold this on, but time is the bigger weapon that they have to work with on Team Spirit. And oh, they got Spirit, baby. They got 12 rounds.
Magic's 2 disgusting shots with that Tech 9. First to open it up under heaven, excuse me. And that final one right there, but yeah, that's rough. Taco, just a little bit too passive inside that bomb site. Never had the intel they were coming to his position. Never had any sound cues. A clever and a bold play for Team Spirit to just walk that entire way. What a round to lose. Team Spirit, a little bit of life in them. 12-10, back to a 2-round lead.
2 rounds is not a lot, though, when you consider what we were saying at the opening of this game.
Yeah, but that can blow up exponentially off the back of a second win in a row. Good shot from Dumao.
Huge shot from Dumao to get the opening pick as well. And you're absolutely right, given the money, given the context. But it is now a very different situation. The problem, again, though, is Mir gets outside. The smokes go down. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Phelps, once again, passive toward the big garage. So they're almost allowing this. The crossfire is thereabout. Taco's close enough he can swing, but Lado, okay, now Taco's going to be in a perfect position because Lado's going to make the call. They're both going to be there, but they've got a crossfire in return, and they've got accuracy. My God, Magisk. That is sick, and that's not even Magisk. It's Magic's. He's not Danish. Well, he's doing better than the Danes right now, in fact.
Lucky for you, they might not ever have to play each other in this group stage. That's a brilliant pair of entries from Magic's. And I mean, you could see it too. There is a crossfire set up there, right? But like usually, like some kind of you feel like some kind of indication when you hear a flashbang, when you see a pin pulled, or when you hear a pin pulled, when you see grenades, Molotov, whatever, that's indicating they're going to hit this. And just like last round, Spirit's taking the gamble of just saying, we're just going to dry contact peek around this corner, and if you're not ready, you're just going to get your head ripped off. And he does it twice. 13-10 is going to be the score now. And yeah, this save is the only option GODSENT has because they have no money behind it.
Those 2 kills, I know we saw it from Taco's perspective, and I think any observer in the world would have looked at Taco's perspective because he's getting baited in by Lado. And I already said that's like the worst crossfire to go against. And he nails both of them. Like, that's a perfect 90-degree with, what, like an 8-foot variance on the stair width. Like, it's not clean-cut shots. And he nailed both those.
Taco even peeked up as soon as he had the indication. He just didn't, like, his teammate died so quick. He was like, oh, I can't take this fight. This is not good. 13-10.
Like, what is it at the start of Top Gun? It's like on the radar. There's like flying above each other, and it's like, you know, holy shit, there's 2 of them. Sorry, I swore, but like I can't not use the correct quote. You know
not when you're quoting Top Gun,
yeah. No. Ah, love that movie.
Just keeping up foreign relations. 13-10.
You know, the bird, I'm sorry, I hate it when it does that.
Sequel comes out May 2022.
I know. It was, well, it would have been out already if not for COVID, but I'm still stoked. Can we go together?
Yeah.
Can we make it a date night?
We got you.
Can I be your Maverick and you can be my Goose?
I'll be Goose. I got you.
You can be my wingman.
Dumao opened up previous round of the great op shot. He's blinded this time. Ooh, and he gets away with just below half HP. Dexter, that's an aggressive play with the AWP. And again, even a risky angle peeking in towards Garage. Phelps can find that, but Dexter's disappeared.
Bit more of forcefully aggressive by nature of the position this time from Phelps. He can't just fall back in that big garage. He will have to get confrontational when they go towards Secret, and Lado can play off of that. So this is a small adjustment that does make a big bit of difference. However, Team Spirit are going back toward lobby. Now, this is the same situation, well, not identical, but similar situation to the last time they were against a scrappy buy, and Dumao had the AWP. They went lobby and got obliterated. So
they went upper, yeah. This time they're going at the USB. Wow. I think Taco, this push, he seemed pretty confident. I think he might have, oh, he's baiting. He's baiting. He's hoping the push is going to make them commit, and it will, but Dumao needs multiple, and actually they back away. They back away to lobby, and it's Barton with 2.
That's massive. You're absolutely right. He baited, and somehow they didn't overcommit because they know there's going to be a rotation. They want to stay away from the AWP, and Barton takes the advantage to go all the way through on that. That bait was huge information from Taco, but it's not done yet because they still managed to get the bomb down 1-on-2 up close. AWP gun barrel shows. Get ready for the quick. Oh, no. Oh, no, the pillar. Oh, that's unfortunate because I thought he would swing and get the shots. Unfortunately, that is almost getting CSGO'd.
Oh, just doesn't get a clean enough shot.
That's 14-10 with the money now. That's huge.
14-10. You lose the AWP on top of that. 4,200 on Dumao before this. Yeah, there's a lobby push coming in as well as soon as they kind of commit, and unfortunately, it's a cool idea. It felt like it should have worked, especially when Barton gets that double kill, but MIBR winning the outside battle kind of gives Spirit the edge right at the end of the day. So Spirit on the verge of taking this opening, or this their second match of the major here.
Dexter just holding to make sure that outside has some attention as the rest of his team tries to advance. In fact, they're going to put a smoke toward Mini and a flash as well. That actually signals Phelps that they were up close, but it baits him out, and MIBR's got the shot instead with the AK.
How many times have we said that this half? MIBR outside is just so good right now.
And Taco, again, he's big, so passive.
Phelps,
sorry. Not right. Taco. Tacos are delicious. Phelps, again, that ace was a phenomenal round. It's kind of the only highlight this game. I hate to harp on the guy.
I mean, I wouldn't even put it on him. I'd say MIBR's just playing an excellent game. 22 and 14.
Ever the optimist.
Yeah, when he's gotten into position in garage, he's played those angles so well. He's been so patient. He's been able to find entries when they're presented to him. They've even given a different look out there. Remember, the previous round was a really, really quick pop flash so that Dexter could get an angle. And now Spirit just gets to slow things down with the man advantage and see what they can find. Doubled up on top of Hut is the defense.
They get 1 for 1, but they won't, as you say, expect this doubled up position. Barton comes right back around, and he's going to find 3 as he looks down, puts them on the ground. Magics will fall next. Barton, phenomenal play, and that is a good setup. He gets 4 kills in the round, and it's salvation somewhat for GODSENT as they'll survive without giving up overtime point.
Oh, that was huge. Yeah, that little bait and switch on top of Hut. You're never going to expect 2 players there. And they couldn't react in time. Couldn't recover to peer up. I think they thought it was crazy a second player would be there. 14-11. Barton got the double kill in lobby in the previous round. That seemed like it might save the day. This time he gets 4. 3 rounds back as GODSENT trying to make this comeback. But thankfully, perhaps the first time in this second half, Team Spirit had a buffer built up. They had an extra round to play with if they were to lose, and they've spotted Phelps. They know his position. He puts the smoke out deep so he cannot extinguish the Molotov, and he certainly can't fight as Chopper takes down his teammate.
That nade, though. Whoa. Chopper got away just in time because that was a Pokeball that looked deadly. Pokeballs aren't really deadly, though, because they keep them alive.
They are to Pokemon.
Well, not really, because they're still alive. They're just captured.
Is that any way to live, Matt?
Depends. Pokemon Go, it is.
Okay.
Either way, as we turn back to the Counter-Strike, Taco's going to go into our lobby, but that was obviously going to be a one and done. We could see it from his perspective. Good read on Magic jumping across, but SDY was there for the trade. That opens up a lot more map control for the T's.
Yeah, I don't think Spirit spotted both players, but still GODSENT haven't really reacted. The ramp room is open. They have a teammate there who's come up from secret and said, they're not here yet. They're not attacking. There's no pressure. Just chill. Everyone calm down. And now they've gotten themselves a new position. Tough to cover this upper bomb site from these angles. And even Phelps is kind of going to back away, saying, yeah, they didn't commit off of that, so I'm going to come back and stack the upper bomb site, and he would be dead wrong. And now you're looking at a world where to play for the win, GODSENT's going to have to retake the lower bomb site with 3 players dropping through vents. If they want to go for it.
If they want to go for it. It's tough because you can cede overtime points if you don't, but I think
but if you go for it and lose, yeah,
you have no weapons anyway, right? Yep.
So after this round comes to a conclusion, GODSENT's going to have to rattle off 4 in a row to force OT here against Team Spirit. Looking good on Nuke.
Speaking of looking good, have you seen Entropic today?
Yeah. They're currently in a similar situation. They've got for a little B stream update if you're looking at it. 15-6 is the scoreline for Entropic. If you're
smart.
some
Did
reason,
you have it on that monitor the whole time?
Yeah, you've got it on yours too. Just
oh
click
my goodness, that's crazy.
The stream B button.
Well
there.
done, PTL. You're smarter than. Okay, actually, everyone's smarter than me, but you know,
yeah,
I'll give you credit anyway. I didn't know that was there. I was like looking it up on my phone.
I know. I was watching you do it. I didn't want to say.
Okay, well, now that we're all on the same page.
Ooh. Tough for GODSENT. So they're going to come into this round. A couple of Famas picked up on Dumao and Taco. How does Team Spirit want to open things up? Mir outside, why not? He's had just a never-ending amount of success in this portion of the map, so keep pressuring it, keep seeing what you can find.
Barton this time will be way up above by the catwalk on rafters. Mir again, no surprise outside, sneaking through smokes like he's in a corn maze just before Halloween.
The real tough part is, if you guys didn't tune into the games earlier today, this is an 0-1 matchup, so whoever loses this goes 0-2. Not a place you would like to be at the major.
Yeah, no, not at all. Especially for Team Spirit, it would be a bit awkward. Again, they're technically the #1 rated team in this portion of the event, based on how the RMRs were structured and them coming out of the European region, or the CIS region, excuse me. But particularly if you're a team like GODSENT, who's looking for that breakthrough still, if you're a team like, let's say, Sharks or even Renegades, who's been forced to play in Australia so much during COVID and not really have their footing in the international scene, we don't really know how this is going to translate into the next major for qualifiers. Are we going to stick with a similar point system? Are we going to go back to sort of the challengers of, the minors and whatnot? Because this was very much an adaptation of the system to make up for lost time, right? We couldn't just give people a pass like we had in the past to other majors. So it really sets the tone and makes it more difficult to qualify the next time around with, if we can continue having regular events. Obviously, COVID is still very all over the place, but you get my point. 3-on-3. Lado's going to try and fire back through. He's in an awkward position, but that smoke saves him for a little while. Dexter does finally find him inside the doorway, and bomb goes down at the same time. That puts Team Spirit with a man advantage and 33 seconds on the better side of winning this map and at least leveling out at 1-1. Phelps will get Dexter in return. That forces Chomper's hand. Has to swing, but both players have made noise. They both coming through the double door. Good flash, but not good enough as SDY was able to get Phelps, and Barton was held at bay by SDY. Chopper will go down one-on-one, but time, 13 seconds. He's got it. He's got enough time. He doesn't even need a kit. Doesn't matter because he's got one. Don't be a nit. Defuse the bomb. 15 to 12.
Yeah, that's a big clutch from Barton. That follow-up peek didn't need to happen. You can play the bomb a little bit more. Regardless, huge clutch in a big pressure situation.
I think it was a miscommunication because as soon as the flash came out on SDY and he's actually able to get the first one, he thinks he has to fight. It's a fight or flight moment behind the orange box. And he went aggressive, but then his teammate was also doing the same to try and cover him and buy him space.
Yeah.
And I think they just overstepped each other. Like right here. Yeah, he doesn't need to re-peek that.
I think he's trying to catch him peering down at the bomb to start the defuse, and unfortunately just a good shot from Bart. Either way, when you're at 15-11, you don't want to lose that round because now you start feeling like, uh-oh, okay, got to keep working. That was a good advantage they had in the post plant. 15-12. Already outside, already towards Secret. This time it's Chopper and Dexter's holding for the peak. Dumao's gone down as well. 5-on-3 for the map. After such a miraculous clutch. What a turn for GODSENT. And in a bad way, it gets even worse. That's the map.
That's done. Taco knows that he's desperately trying to spray toward a very low HP SDY inside of Squeaky, but they're all hunting. Mir's going to give himself up. We saw him jumping down over top of Mini as his teammates found the kills outside instead, and Taco on 19 has a bomb planted in a desperate attempt to try and wallbang someone through Hut. SDY will close it out. 3 in the rounds. And brilliantly, they do win this 16-12. They go 1-1 in our Swiss system. I can't pronounce the other version of what we're doing now.
Buchholz. Something like that.
I think James had a very easy way to pronounce it.
But something?
Butthole. Yeah, that's it. Whatever. No, look, that's a good recovery from Spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the team that's done well with pressure throughout the summer, and we saw even with James Banks, they talked about how they initially had a good trajectory and then it's kind of fallen off and gotten sloppy. So for them to get to stable ground and not be against the wall too early might give them a chance to build into this event.
Yeah, you'd hope so. I mean, it's good to see them take this map against GODSENT on a nuke as well.
Не должны. Астралис или Тайлу или Шаркс упадут тоже в 0-2.
Да там Тайлу напикает.
Инферно напикает.
Да, и здравствуйте. Ладно, друзья, не забывайте смотреть, конечно же, я думаю, вы это и делаете, наш основной канал. Там работает великолепная студия аналитики. Возможно, там сейчас как раз и смена еще будет. Я видел, там уже новые люди подтягиваются постоянно. Так что заходите на основной канал, мы уходим на паузу и скоро возвращаемся с очень интересным матчем.
Каждый день в CSGO погибают тысячи куриц. Для нас это игра, для них настоящая битва.
Забудьте все, что с вами было до этого.
Go, go, go!
Ты курица, ты часть игры. Я делаю из них настоящих профессионалов. Стратегия и тактика. Идеальный маппул и раскидка. Боевая подготовка. И безопасность. Теперь ты готова. А ты знаешь, что делать.
Пари-матч. Играют они, побеждаешь ты. Каждый день в CSGO погибают тысячи куриц. Для нас это игра, для них настоящая битва.
Забудьте все, что с вами было до этого.
Go, go, go!
Ты курица, ты часть игры. Я делаю из них настоящих профессионалов. Стратегия и тактика. Идеальный маппул и раскидка. Боевая подготовка. И безопасность. Теперь ты готова. А ты знаешь, что делать.
Пари-матч. Играют они, побеждаешь ты.
Думал ли ты когда-нибудь, что играя в КС, ты сможешь выигрывать скины или игровые девайсы? На Cybershock это возможно уже сейчас. Раз в неделю обновляется 5 заданий, за выполнение которых ты получаешь по одной звезде. Собери все 5 звезд и прокрути ленту призов, где можно выбить дорогой скин или девайс от наших партнеров Logitech G совершенно бесплатно. И да, задания не всегда легкие. Тебе придется изучать физику бани, хопа или сюрфа, чтобы выполнять миссии. Все это возможно только с премиум подпиской, которая в течение мажора будет со скидкой в 21%. Удачной игры и разминки на Cybershock.
Всегда мечтал развалить победителя мажора, вдобавок взяв с него лут? Легко. Виплей устроит тебе личную встречу с Адреном на стриме PGL Major Стокгольм 2021. Ежедневно у 20 зрителей будет шанс принять участие в дезране, где будет лишь одна задача – первым преодолеть все ловушки на своем пути и устранить ведущего. Для того, чтобы попасть на забег, внимательно следи за трансляцией и чатом, где мы будем размещать IP-сервера, к которому необходимо присоединиться. Участники должны выбирать КТ-сторону. 8 победителей ранов получат возможность сразиться с Адреном 1 на 1. А лучшие эймеры получат ценные призы.
Ну что ж, друзья, Шаркс против Тайлу. Не в ситуации 0-2-0-2, в ситуации 0-1-0-1. Тафакван у микрофонов. И сейчас такой важный матч и для одной команды, и для другой. Все-таки можно почувствовать победу. И, возможно, как-то дальше по ходу чемпионата раскроется одна из команд. Но
это важный матч для нас, для всех, кто здесь. На трансляции по предиктам как раз-таки, наверное, 70% участников ставили 0-3 или Тайлу, или Шаркс. Так что внимание к этому матчу, несмотря на то, что это аутсайдеры всего мажора, на то, что они первый матч проиграли, внимание к этому матчу будет очень сильное.
Ну да, немного пикзамы попортится у людей, но посмотрим вообще, что тут может произойти в этом Best of One матче. Ну, Шаркс, наверное,
Шаркс
как-то зацепили это Инферно, да, Тайлу там увидели немножечко.
Я думаю, Шаркс не рискнут в принципе играть Инферно, потому что если твой оппонент играл эту карту в первом туре и уже показал там достойный счет против Героик, против фаворита турнира, то Инферно мы не увидим. Тем более здесь мы видим всего 4 Инферно за 3 месяца у команды Шаркс.
Ну, 3 победы из 4 там тоже такая, знаешь, статистика может сказать о том, что, ну, мало играем, там, посмотрели там Тайлу, все понятно, поехали.
Не знаю, все-таки вот команды такого калибра супер сложно предсказывать. У нас сегодня вот Астралис 2 матча проиграли. Кто бы мог вообще такое подумать? У большинства они стоят вообще на выход в следующий тур, но ребята в корзине 0-2. Ну и вот здесь Тайлу Шаркс, как раз таки команды, от которых мало кто чего ожидает, но тем не менее, вот между собой они сыграют прямо сейчас, и по крайней мере в корзину 1-1 кто-то из них доберется.
Ну что же, пожелаем удачи командам, непростой матч. После этой игры переходим уже к победителям. 2 Best of One со статистикой 1-0 матча мы посмотрим. Там, конечно, уже такие мощные, серьезные, напряженные игры пойдут, потому что все-таки победители уже получат статистику 2-0, и это действительно великолепный шанс пройти дальше в следующую стадию, ну и побороться, конечно же, потом за плей-офф.
Ну, вообще, первый день, он супер важный. То есть 2 Best of 1 ты играешь, у тебя или 2-0, или 0-2 может быть. Так что, друзья, вот, допустим, в матче Героик Маус решится очень многое. И это будет мираж, дамы и господа. Все-таки Инферно улетела там вторым баном от команды Шаркс.
Ну, Оверпас там, понятно, уходил, да, и сразу же минус Инферно. Также минус Эншент. Ну и коэффициенты, друзья, у нас на экранах. 2.42 на Шаркс, 1.52 на Тайлу.
Ну, по опыту первого тура все-таки Тайлу сыграли лучше. Оппонент у них был суперсерьезный. Они отжали 11 раундов. Команда Героик. Про Шаркс мы такого сказать не можем. Проиграли они довольно сильно. И, судя по всему, отталкиваясь от этой информации, как раз париматч дает вот такие цифры.
Так, ну давайте быстренько пройдемся по статистике.
Подсматривал за вами немного.
Что у нас по винрейту, по миражу, пистолеточка. Ну, тут, знаете, трудно сказать. Вот абсолютно разные соперники у команд. И вот уже стоит, наверное, будет отталкиваться от статистики здесь, на чемпионате. Но, конечно, вот можно поговорить о сильной, там, слабой стороне, игре в меньшинстве.
Ну, винрейт выше у команды Шаркс. Вот в общем за 8 сыгранных карт за 3 месяца 88 винрейт. Соответственно,
из них
7 из 8.
Проиграно пистолеток, судя по 38%. Да, много. Вроде катки тащатся, все хорошо на оружии, но что-то с пистолетками не получается. По крайней мере, по этой статистике. И одна и вторая команда играет вроде бы неплохо за КТ. Да так и за атаку вроде бы хорошие показатели. Но знаете, друзья, у нас не очень хорошие новости. Вот нам сообщают, что нужно уйти на паузу. И, ну, наверное, вот в титре мы поймем, когда эта игра стартанет.
Да, далеко не разбегайтесь. Матч Тайлу Шаркс совсем скоро. Пока что небольшой перерыв.
Приветствуем вас на PGL Major Стокгольм. Лучшие команды со всего мира отбирались на главный турнир этого года через РМР-лиги. На самом мейджоре команды разделены по полученным РМР-очкам на 3 категории. Соперники, претенденты и легенды. Первые 16 коллективов сразятся в этапе претендентов, где им предстоит пройти через швейцарскую систему. 8 худших команд покидают турнир. 8 лучших отправятся в следующий этап, в котором они и коллективы из категории «Легенд» будут сражаться за слоты в финальную часть. В итоге нам будут известны все 8 участников этапа чемпионов. С 4 по 7 ноября весь мир будет наблюдать, как сильнейшие команды сражаются без права на поражение в Best of 3 сериях. Следи за PGL Major Стокгольм вместе с VP Esports.
Всегда мечтал развалить победителя мажора, вдобавок взяв с него лут? Легко. Виплей устроит тебе личную встречу с Адреном на стриме PGL Major Стокгольм 2021. Ежедневно у 20 зрителей будет шанс принять участие в дезране, где будет лишь одна задача – первым преодолеть все ловушки на своем пути и устранить ведущего. Для того, чтобы попасть на забег, внимательно следи за трансляцией и чатом, где мы будем размещать IP-сервера, к которому необходимо присоединиться. Участники должны выбирать КТ-сторону. 8 победителей ранов получат возможность сразиться с Адреном 1 на 1. А лучшие эймеры получат ценные призы.